lunch to hell in a t-shirt cannon. It's Oops, all Necromancers. Welcome to the table, everyone. I am your DM, Oz the Great and Powerful, and with me at the table are Bug.
Hi, I'm Bug. I play Finnegan, or Finny for short, a satyr druid who is just a little urchin guy.
C.
Howdy, I am C, and I'm playing Madame L, the half-elf bard and purveyor of secrets from beyond the veil.
And finally, Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree. I'll be playing Sorrin Doll, Hobgoblin Wizard, regular guy with regular guy magic.
Fantastic. So, we discussed in episode 0 your characters and a bit of your backstory, and of course, the backstory of the world. So, let's go ahead and get this started, shall we?
Yeah.
Yay!
Cool.
We shall.
We begin at a bird's eye view, quite literally in this case. A fleshy vulture soars over the sprawling city-state of Helvetir, a rolled scroll of vellum held in its beak. It spirals above the markets of Mammon, a vast web of streets that roar with the sound of bustling crowds and vendors trying to hawk their wares, before descending to the top window of a grand cathedral to greet, the Dark Lord of Mammon's offices. The vulture taps at the window, leaves its scroll on the sill, and melts into a pile of blood and mud, sloughing down the side of the building. An elf in an impeccable tailcoat retrieves the scroll from the sill, grimaces and wipes the blood from his lacquered nails on a nearby rag, before calling out, "Enter!" So, Sorrin, do you enter the office?
Yeah, absolutely. Pardon, I was summoned, sir?
Sit down.
I sit.
And he turns from the window, and you know that this is the Dark Lord of Mammon, Tordin Vonastor. He turns from the window and approaches, scroll in hand, and sits down at his throne of an office chair and goes, "I know what you are, and you know what you are, and unless you want that information to get out, you're going to sign this contract." And he breaks the seal on the scroll and rolls it out in front of you. And you don't happen to read Infernal, do you?
No.
No. And goes, "Just sign here, and we'll get the ball rolling on your new job."
Mr. Vonastor, there must be...
Dark Lord Vonastor.
Dark Lord. Of course, Dark Lord Vonastor, there must be some kind of misunderstanding. I'm nobody.
Nobody. You come here a decade ago from Nithraxil, and you're nobody? We both know what you are. Hey, give me an insight check real quick.
That's gonna be a red hot 4.
He knows what you are.
Oh no.
Not sure what that refers to, but he definitely knows, and he definitely has the info on you.
Oh God. Where do I sign?
And he points right at the bottom, points and says, initial here, and here, and here, and then right at the bottom, go ahead and sign that one in blood for me.
I guess I look around for something sharp, is there a tool for this I'm supposed to be using?
Where are my manners? And he pulls out a razor-edged quill.
Oh my god.
My apologies, Dark Lord. Just momentarily, give me a second here. And I guess prick my finger and sign.
Fantastic. Now the contract is signed and you are legally bound to me. Here's what I want you to do. There's a new up-and-comer in town. A certain Madame L, maybe you've heard of her. She's going about some sort of spiritualist something. What matters is I don't like mediums. I don't like spiritualists. Their magic is wrong.
Of course, Dark Lord.
And I want you to find out what she's up to and who she really is. You can find her at the Green Fairy and the Courts of Opulence. She's there all the time, apparently. You're a hardy-looking feller. Maybe try and sell yourself as a bodyguard? I don't know.
Are you certain there's no one better for this type of job?
Better, surely. Cheaper, no. Because you're doing this for free.
Yes.
Right then. I'm a busy man. Get out of my office. Now.
Oh, I'm gone. As soon as he said gets out of my office, I'm fucking gone.
Before you can get completely out the door, his secretary stops you and hands you an address to the Green Fairy, and also slides over a... What would they have for a carriage? A chit, maybe? For like a waiting carriage or something? We'll go with that. So you are sent on your way, and you're...
As soon as I get outside, I puke.
Oh my god.
This is so bad.
The window washer directly to your left goes, it's a living.
Just give me a moment and I'll take care of it myself.
I'm gonna make that carriage wait while I clean this up, because damn, that's so rude.
The driver, who's a lemure, just sort of looks down at you. A lemure being a grayish ooze devil type thing. Just sort of looks down at you. And then also sighs and just sort of rolls off of the driver's seat and rolls over the puke, and it is gone.
Thank you, very much, sir. Something strange for breakfast.
Get in.
I get in.
So your carriage rolls away from the offices of the Dark Lord of Mammon, makes its way further out in the markets. The Courts of Opulence, as you know, is the noble sort of entertainment district in the markets, where it's your higher-end taverns, theaters, opera houses, that sort of deal. And sitting right on the edge between the Courts of Opulence and, the rest of the markets of Mammon, is the Green Fairy. Just has a very simple tavern sign of a green fairy sitting in a martini glass. And you step through the door, and it's sort of a smoky bar lit with these like greenish lamps, and you see about what you'd expect. There are a few nobles that maybe look like they've hit harder times. Their clothing's a little bit shabbier.
Well, I'm covered in puke, I guess, because I didn't get a chance to go home and
there's
change.
a little bit sick on your tailcoat.
Oh no.
I
don't have a tailcoat. Come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead and describe yourself.
I mean, Sorrin's also not really a hardy guy, so I'm 100% not super sure what Vanastor's about, but he's got me dead to rights, so I guess I just kind of agree with anything.
Well, you did sign the contract that you did not read, so,
I can't read it, right?
This is true. You can't read Infernal. It's Helvetier, baby!
I have no choice!
But yeah, so Sorrin is, we talked a little bit on episode 0,
Playing a hobgoblin, but the hot kind from 5th Ed, because why not? I mean, like, shoulder-length black hair, small little tuskies. He's got a pair of reading glasses on a chain around his neck. Long sleeves, gloves, neck scarf. Everything's, like, very clean, sans the recent sick, but is probably about a decade out of fashion and has been much repaired, so not super fancy, but at least I don't usually smell too bad.
You see, behind the bar is a half-orc woman who's just sort of keeping an eye on the bar as a whole, polishing a mug, and mounted behind the bar is definitely some sort of weapon.
Okay.
Looks like a blunderbuss, which you have seen before, but has a big tank attached to it.
Okay.
You got your down-on-their-luck nobles, some general ruffians about, your working class who looks a little rough around the edges, who maybe have a bit more wealth than their fellows. And then in a corner booth, you see, go ahead and describe Madame L for us.
Well, first I was going to ask, what's the ambiance like in this tavern?
I think that it's fairly chill, like I said, kind of smoky. There's definitely like a card game going on in another corner that seems to be getting kind of heated, but it's midday, so it's just sort of, lounging time.
So I think Madame L is, like you said, kind of in a corner booth. You would see this figure with this large hat on with feathers sticking out and a veil coming down across it, and her cloak kind of drapes down over her, and she has kind of like a ruffly skirt that goes a little bit past her knees. And she is probably at this point in time sitting across from just kind of a nondescript person with her hands like on the person's hands, and she's speaking very, very deliberately and seriously with this person, and she kind of pats their hands, and they kind of get up and they look relieved, and they kind of like walk away and across the bar and out.
Yeah. Helping presumably a, now previous patron.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that going on in the corner.
Okay. I approach the bartender.
Pardon me, madam. May I inquire as to the location of the nearest restroom? As you can see, there has been, a bit of an incident that I need to attend to.
She sort of looks you up and down and goes, "Yeah, sure. They're out back. Go get yourself cleaned up.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Need a drink when you come back?
Water will be fine, thank you.
Coming right up."
Then I guess, yeah. Can I pass Madame L on the way to the restrooms?
Yeah, they're kind of at the back of the establishment. It's set up so you enter and it is like the main tavern room or what have you. And then on the right-hand side, there is a staircase at the end of the bar, like against the back wall, that leads up to the second floor, presumably where there would be rooms like most taverns have within this area. And then on the left-hand side is a short hallway, and there's 2 doors on the left, 1 door on the right, and then a door that seems to head outside. You figure out from the sounds on the right-hand side, that's probably sort of kitchen, based on, you can hear a pot bubbling and small fire going and stuff. And then on the left, you assume that those are restrooms. One of them, the door is ajar, and you can see, your toilets and your sinks. The other seems to be occupied.
Okay. I guess then I go in a stall and fucking freak out for a little while. Just very quietly, like,
Fuck. Shit. Fuck.
You hear you all right there, buddy?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just having...
Sure you need any toilet paper or anything?
I appreciate the sentiment, sir.
I got this new Grand Bazaar catalog. Fresh leaves.
Sure. Thanks. Thank you very much.
All right, hold on. And you hear some ripping sounds, and then a book is passed under the stall door to you.
Great, fine material, good paper. Thank you.
Ain't no problem. We all been there, right?
Do you want this back?
Nah, I think I'm done with it. And you hear a flush, and then the stall door. There we go.
hook hand!
Hook hand, man, hook door, car hand.
I think as soon as he leaves the bathroom, I probably because I'm wearing a little waistcoat or whatever. Probably realistically what I do is I take one of my gloves off and shove it in my mouth and just fucking scream. Hold on.
Great Foley work.
So that's what I'm up to. Okay, then I guess he'll after he's had, bad bathroom freakout time. We've all had one of them. He probably looks out the window really quick, considering whether or not he could just fucking leave.
Yeah, it's a kind of shadowed alleyway. You reckon it'd be a squeeze, but you could probably get out of it. You know what? What's your base perception?
My base perception?
Or sorry, passive perception.
16, right?
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Finny, give me a stealth check real
Jesus.
quick.
Okay, hold on. Rolled a 19 plus 4.
Jesus Christ.
23.
Okay.
I'm a stealthy little guy.
So, Sorrin, you hear what sounds like two kids talking. And one of them goes, "No, not that one. Not that one. We'll wait." And another goes, "Hey, shut up. Keep it quiet. I don't want them knowing." And just sort of snatches a conversation like that, just sort of mumbling.
Oh.
But whenever you look out the window, if you stick your head out and look down, you see a small frog child, a small dragonborn child, and that's it. And piles of trash and trash cans and what have you.
I guess I'm like, hello, children, how are you?
Hey, what? Wait, hold on. What are you doing? Don't look out here. Look back inside. And that was the small frog child speaking to you.
Just back to your business.
Yeah, none of your business.
No, it is not. Just wanted to give you
This
a
is kids'
heads up.
business. Get out of here.
Certainly. Good day. And I shut the window.
He's so timid.
Threatened by children.
He's so scared right now.
As you're walking away, you hear, "Man, what a knob."
Then I guess I do try to with my hands are probably shaking pretty uncontrollably. I put my glove back on and try to clean up any residual nastiness. I don't have prestidigitation because I'm not that kind of wizard. So I guess I'll just do the best I can. And I guess step back out. I will go back to the bar, I think.
And the bartender's just standing there polishing a different glass, and there is a tall tankard of water for you.
Oh, thank you so much. This is greatly appreciated. I have had a day, I tell you. And I just start slipping that water.
That's very evident on the house.
Much appreciated.
I'm trying to think what to do because here's the thing. Sorrin is so fucking awkward. His whole thing is just being so fucking boring that nobody notices him, and now that that's failed, he is incapable of deception. So
Hey, so good news. You've been distinctly unboring the entire time you've been in the Green Fairy.
Oh.
You rushed in, rushed to the bathroom, and then came back out, still slightly filthy, and chugged a glass of water.
Normal Helvetier stuff.
Yeah, I feel like every day in the Green Fairy, at least one person has some kind of mental breakdown.
Today it was just my turn.
It's my day with the mental breakdown.
It's every day with the mental breakdown.
Somebody's
for
in the
Sorrin.
corner saying, "There goes another one."
I guess I tip on my water.
How is your day?
Not too bad. It's another day in Helvetier, am I right?
You are right on that. I don't get out much. So
Clearly.
So there's a concept that I have heard of where, now please forgive me if this is impolite, where I, let's say for example, was seeking information about a certain individual, and let's say in this scenario that I reached into my coin purse and pulled out some coins and just sort of set them on the table for literally no reason whatsoever, and then sort of looked the other way for a second, and then looked back, and then maybe for some reason the topic of conversation, the person that I asked about, came up.
I mean, who you asking about, there, kid?
I'm not, is the thing. I'm not asking.
And then I winked.
Right. No, I get it. I've been around the block a few times, as it were. It really depends on who's asking and who they're asking about.
In theory, it would be me asking.
Well, I don't know anything about you, so...
My name is Sorrin. I'm an accountant.
Great to meet you, Matilda.
Very, very pleased to meet you, Matilda. This is a fine establishment.
Well, thank you for saying so. Nice to meet you, Sorrin.
I'm an accountant. And I was inquiring, if I was inquiring, which I wasn't, would be the very, very finely dressed young woman in the corner booth.
Oh, Elle. Yeah, that's Madame Elle. What about her? Great kid.
I like dry swallow. Like, he was hoping they would be bad or shady.
Yeah, no, here, and just goes ahead and pulls another glass of water for you.
Thank you very much. Dry today.
Is it?
Who knows anymore?
He's so anxious. I have anxiety now.
Sweating profusely.
Sorry!
It's just that fucking meme where it's just water pouring out of your face.
The plan was not to play him this anxious, but like, I didn't know Oz was gonna fucking blast me with this the first
No, it's
episode.
good. What a soggy boy you're playing. I love him.
Like, he's normally not like this out of fucking control, but he is so fucked up right now.
So, Madam L, I guess I'm just asking, what does she do?
Oh, you know. Spiritualists, the whole medium thing, talking to the dead. Kids are crazy about these days. I don't really get it, but
Does it work?
I've never seen a seance before, but she seems on the up and up with me.
May I also ask, what does Madam L like to drink?
See, what does Madame Elle like to drink?
Let's call it a cordial. She likes that. That sounds very fancy and very, very
All right.
prim and proper.
Does she have a...
I guess this is a C question. Does she have a favorite flavor?
I don't know.
I'm going to decide, and it's Blasberry.
Raspberry?
They're like raspberries, but blasphemous. Only grow around Helvetier.
Okay.
May I, purchase a, drink for Madam L? Is that something that I can do?
Sure.
May I also, may I send a note to, accompany it?
Listen, you could probably just bring the drink and go have a seat.
I don't know about that one. She is clearly, very far above my station. I don't think that would be appropriate.
Well, we're all the same station here in the Green Fairy.
Oh, I've heard that one before, and trust me.
And Matilda clears her throat and then points at the flamethrower that is mounted on the wall behind her and goes, "We're all the same station here. Trust me."
Point, taken.
Okay, well then, for her time, I put like a whole gold piece on the bar. Like, thank you.
Hey, no problem, kiddo. Good luck with life, I guess. Need anything, I'll be here.
Thank you.
I guess then I write a little note of like, Madam L, please pardon the intrusion. I have heard word of your cool, spooky shit, and I have purchased you this drink, but do not presume to sit with you. So I guess I carry the drink and like this just little handwritten note over to your table.
As you do that, somebody else is getting up, and as they walk away, what's your passive perception?
16.
16, yeah.
Oh, I got a 1.
Woo!
As that character's walking away, you see Madame L pick up some gold that they had left at the table and spin it around her fingers and kind of put it in her bag.
Good afternoon. Pardon me. I'm new here.
And I just like put down the drink in front of her and like with both hands, like just very gently like scooch it. And then just sort of like again with both hands like put down this little handwritten note and just sort of scoot it in front of her and like
Thank you for your time.
So you put this note down, and before you kind of turn around, she doesn't really break eye contact with you, and says, "Well, thank you for the cordial. That is just my favorite drink. What can I do you for today, sir? Are you interested in contacting a dearly departed, or perhaps you have someone you're looking for that the spirits may be able to identify?"
I didn't think this through. That was not in character.
That's D&D, baby.
Oh gosh, Oz, you're making this so hard because Sorrin's a nice boy. So like he really like would just basically want to flat out tell her that she's being tailed.
Hey, you could do that. You can do whatever you want.
But I
Nowhere did I say that you can't tell her why you've been sent there.
What does Sorrin look like right now as he fumbles for an answer?
Probably for the most part looks like someone who probably was very presentable about 30 minutes ago and just isn't at this particular point in time. Like something has happened that has just thrown him into disarray.
I think Madame L at this point would say, "Oh, my dear, you look like you've seen a ghost. Come, sit down. I have seen that look before. Have you recently lost someone?"
I'm about to.
Oh.
Vaguely threatening?
At this point, let me be above the table, and she sees you as a mark.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, most of the people in this bar right now see you as a mark.
But you're not acting as as somebody who she typically would serve.
Because I'm about to is kind of abrupt.
Well, whatever do you mean, sir?
Oh, there is someone, who I do not know very well, but we know each other in passing, and I know that they are a good-natured person, and they are very ill. Their prospects are not good. And would it be possible to, contact them, once their time has come? I would like to know that they are at peace.
Oh, well, darling, that is absolutely within my purview. This is something that I offer to many patrons of the Green Fairy, just on a daily basis. The spirits are not so hard to contact if you know where to look or through which methods to pursue.
So, Madam L, I don't know you, and I understand that you don't know me. Sorrin, by the way, madam, at your service.
The pleasure is mine.
Perhaps. This may sound strange,
And I guess I sit down.
and I don't mean to be rude by asking. Would you say you are a good person?
Deep introspection.
Sorrin, very awkward, vaguely threatening.
No, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Well, sir, I believe that people are people, good or bad. It makes no difference. Especially it makes no difference when one has moved on from this life to the next. So to ask me whether or not I'm a good person, I do not feel that is a question that I can answer.
Very fair. Well, the bartender spoke well of you, and I am familiar with the services that you provide.
I'm like talking to myself at this point. This is so bad. This is so bad.
What was that?
Madam L, I was probably followed here. Can you act casual?
And right as you say that, you hear a very loud commotion outside.
Oh shit.
We're going to go ahead and jump outside about 5 minutes back, where Finny is standing with 3 other urchins. There's Gilberta, who is the frog child, also known as a grung. Skunk, a black dragonborn, and Tunnel Two-Tooth, one of the oldest of the group, a about 14-year-old human boy. And Finny, we cut to the point where Tunnel's like, okay, so here's the plan. The next person to walk out of that door, they got anything gold or silver or real nice, we're gonna run up. Gilberta, Skunk, you're gonna distract them, and Finny and I are gonna take what we can and get out of there. Alright? And Gilberta and Skunk go, yeah, okay. And Skunk goes, man, seems like we're always the distraction and not the snatchers. And Tunnel turns to you, Finny, and goes, alright, you got the plan?
Yeah, I guess. I never feel really good about this, but we have to do it, right?
Yeah. They're so rich, we're so poor, and all we need is food for our little bellies. And Tunnel grins and
Hated that.
remember why he is named Tunnel Two-Tooth, as he is missing his 2 front teeth. And as if on cue, the window opens above you, and a head peeks out, and Tunnel goes, fuck it, hide! And he hides behind a trash bag, and Finny, you dive into a trash can, and the face that looks down is, of course, Sorrin, and Gilberta and Skunk tell him off. And then you guys are waiting, and lo and behold, out the door comes someone who's fairly finely dressed, wearing a, let's say, purple and yellow checked tailcoat, and have golden rings on their hands. And Tunnel goes, all right, let's do this. And Gilberta and Skunk are going to run out there and try and keep the attention. Let's do some deception checks for them. And you hear him go, come on, mister, we just need like a penny, like a copper. Come on, we just need some food. And Skunk goes, yeah, some food. And they seem thoroughly distracted, and Talent goes, all right, let's do this. And he's going to charge forward and try and steal this guy's money pouch. And presumably you're going to do the same as well. Give me a sleight of hand check.
I got an 18.
And you see that Tunnel goes and he reaches in one pocket and pulls his hand out, and there's nothing. And let's see if that guy notices either of you. So you are able to just slice his pouch, or his money pouch, off of his belt. But Tunnel gets a little too greedy and tries to steal the guy's dagger. It's got a nice jewel-encrusted hilt. And the man goes, unhand me, you rapscallion! Guards! And Tunnel goes, shit, it's the Belly Boys! Run! And immediately scrams out of there, and let's roll initiative.
I got an 8.
Good.
Ooh, 21. No, 19. I was looking at my D20 upside down.
Madam L got a 22.
All right, top of the order is going to be Madam L. You hear a commotion outside.
Well, I think she would look at Sorrin and say, well, my dear, Casual is my middle name. And she would get up.
He looks confused.
So I think she would walk up past Matilda and say, Maddie, dear, could you keep an eye on the back door for me? And walk up. Is the commotion in the front or the back?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's out front.
Yeah, and she would walk up into the front and kind of take a look at what is happening, I suppose.
So the situation is the noble who had just came to you for comfort and had left right before was just making his way out the door, and it seems like he's been accosted by some urchins, one of which you recognize as they have probably helped sweep the bar once or twice. It is Finny.
Okay.
and there are about 4 guards running towards the whole situation. Big, heavy cudgels, and looks like 2 of them have blunderbusses, so...
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Let's see. Do the guards look like they already know what's happening, or are they rushing to talk with the noble?
They heard a cultured enough voice yelling for guards.
Ah.
And like I said, this bar is situated basically right on the edges of the Courts of Opulence, so they care enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose in any case, Madame L would know that this is bad for business. So I think she would move forward and try to diffuse the situation, kind of with her presence. Are the urchins trying to like pull this thing away from the man right now, or are they trying to get away?
One of the urchins, good old Tunnel, got caught essentially red-handed, and like still has the handle of the dagger in his hand, and he's sort of struggling with the noble for that.
Mm-hmm.
Gilberta and Skunk have already started running off. So there's a small frog boy, or a small frog child, and a small dragonborn running in the opposite direction from the way the guards are coming.
Okay.
And Finny, I would assume, looks kind of confused about what to do, or at least a little panicked.
Yes, absolutely. And he
'Cause,
does not
things are
like to
going
be
bad.
in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Madame L would move forward. The fact that she knows Finny a little bit, she might move forward and kind of like nod his way for him to get inside the Green Fairy. And then she would move up kind of close to the noble and simply like watch the guards expectantly, like she is trying to make them come hither.
Okay. Just sort of trying to promote an aura of being in charge of the situation kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. If you decide to take an action, we can just consider a readied action, and we'll plunk that in somewhere within this initiative before we roll over to the next round. Takes us to Sorrin. Your turn. Commotion going on outside. And your, well, I won't say mark, because I don't know that Sorrin's ever had a mark, has put themselves in this situation.
But I don't get the impression that she's in any danger, right?
Not necessarily.
I guess, you said there was a second floor, yeah?
Yep.
And from outside, did I see windows on the second floor?
Yes, you did. You at least saw ones on the front of the building. Presumably there would be some in the back as well.
Okay. And I imagine with all this hubbub, like, probably nobody's really looking at me.
Not particularly.
Okay. Then I'm just going to run up to the second floor and just try to get a handle on, like, assess the situation from up there.
Okay.
I do want to mention that I had always imagined Madame L having kind of like a personal chamber at the Green Fairy.
Yeah, one of the rooms is yours.
Okay.
But you presumably do lock your door when you leave, so.
Yeah.
Okie doke, cool. So that would be the noble's turn. He's going to try and get this kid away from him and his dagger. Nope. He raises a hand and goes to try and backhand Tonathan across the face, and Tonathan just sort of ducks. And it's all good. Tonathan goes, "What'd you do that for? Give me a dagger."
I need this knife, man!
And Matilda continues doing her thing.
Oh yeah, what is Matilda doing?
She's
kinda watching
at
the bar?
the end of the bar, and basically is kind of keeping an eye out. And whenever you were running across the room, you are pretty sure you saw her eyeing the flamethrower that's mounted on the wall.
Oh god.
So Tonathan is going to try and take that dagger. He got a fucking nat 20, no joke.
Oh my god.
So
Give this boy a
he
knife.
just rips the dagger, scabbard, and belt just off this dude. The guy's pants fall around his ankles.
Oh my god.
And he sort of back and forth looks, and then goes to run down the alley from whence he came. We'll see how far he gets. Guards are going to approach. They're getting pretty close now, and you hear one of them yell, "Aim! Fire!" And 2 of them are going to take pot shots at our friends running away. Will I murder my own children today? We'll see.
No!
Gah.
No!
So that's a...
Oz, it's the first episode. You can't kill kids.
I absolutely can. This is my world, thank you. That's a 15 on the die and a 16 on a die. Oh, no, they're fine. We're good. It's blunderbusses. They're more than 30 feet away. It's all good. Blunderbusses don't work that way. It's fine. No, they just sort of fire their rifles into the air. It's all good. Okay, top of the order. L.
Wait,
It's
what
you.
about... I haven't done
Oh,
anything.
sorry, Finny.
It's
yes.
okay.
What do? Guards have fired their guns into the air. They're still approaching. Tunnelt has went back down the alley, and L seems to have directed you into the tavern.
So I'm there alone, basically. My friends have left me. Great. Cool. Very good. I think Finny will look at Madam L and be like, "Hi, Madam, thanks." And then he tries to run into the Green Fairy.
And, okay, yeah. I mean, presumably you can get past Madam L, no problem. The noble is, as stated, having problems with his pants, so he doesn't... He can't try and grab you or anything. So.
Facilitating some pant-related issues.
Okay, I think she would, as the noble was her previous mark, she would probably try to help him and say, "Oh dear, come now. Haven't we all been there? Don't fret. It's just some of the riffraff. We'll get that dagger back." And kind of helping him compose himself.
Hey man, your dick's out.
My bloomers! They can all see my bloomers! Oh, it's a damned travesty, L.
I think Finny is in the doorway, like, kind of laughing a little bit.
Matilda gives you a real mean glare. And she's just, you know you're going to get a talking to.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think Madam L also gives you a glare and is kind of like nodding you inside.
Finny shuts up immediately.
I think I would just try to beckon the guards to me more rather than because I want them to stop firing. So I suppose I would say, "Oh, good guards, come here. We've just run into this problem so many times."
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, that's a 9.
The guard that seems to be leading the charge just sort of looks at you, and then looks at the kids, and then looks at you, and he goes, "What's in it for me if I stop?"
Nice.
And the noble goes, "What?"
How far away can I still see the child?
Tunnel?
Yeah.
No. At this point, he is broken around the corner, but you know that alley leads to essentially a network behind, in which there's a main alley that runs behind the buildings, and then there's just sort of side alleys between each building for the most part. So once he gets back there, he's pretty much scot-free.
Okay. Well, I think then at that point, Madame L would see that she's not going to convince the guards to stop, and I don't think it's worth her time to bribe them. So I think she would just say, "Well, carry on then, if you must, but you're certainly making a commotion here in front of this fine establishment. So sir, why don't you come inside and we'll compose yourself, and these excellent guards will surely return your dagger to you. I am absolutely confident in their ability." And
he goes, "My mistress gave me that dagger."
You know when your mistress gives you the dagger?
haven't we all been there before? Come now, come inside, sir.
And he goes, "Well, if you insist." And, yeah, so we will, once again, just hold your action, well, technically the persuasion's supposed to be an action, but verbal skills I don't super care on unless you're doing physical things to reinforce them, essentially. So we will hold your action, go to Sorrin. You heard gunfire? Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I heard gunfire,
Yes.
definitely outside. Essentially what I'm trying to do is get onto the roof.
Okay.
The second floor windows, are they like the type where there's like a little alcove and then like a little area I could climb out on? Or is there like an attic or something that leads to other windows?
Your passive investigation's like what, an 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely see towards the back of this hallway, there seems to be one of those trapdoors on the ceiling, the one with the pull string that you pull it down, drops a ladder, you can get up there. Whether that leads directly up to the roof or more likely into a small sort of antechamber and then onto the roof for repairs and stuff, who knows, but you'd have to dash over there and pop it open.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah, you get up there. It is, like I mentioned, sort of a small antechamber at the top of the ladder. And there is another door that whenever you pop it open, there's just a bolt across the door. You pop that and you are able to access the roof.
Hell yeah. Can I roll a perception check, see what's going on? I know I heard gunfire. I'm looking...
Yep.
I'm trying to get a good vantage point so I can see the whole scene, like see all the alleyways and stuff. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I did so bad. I did so bad. Perception? That's a 4.
Yeah, you step out of the doorway, and right as you're doing so, it seems like the black powder smoke from the blunderbusses is rising directly into your face. And you can see some
How
alleyways for
unfortunate.
sure, and some other rooftops and buildings around you, and the main street, which is as bustling as ever. It seems like people are far less worried about this gunfire than they should be. But yeah.
Okay, then I guess I just like lay down to try to kind of keep a low profile and wait until I can see what's going on.
Cool, you are now prone. Finny, you see Matilda. She runs over to one of the windows real quick and peeks out for a second. And she goes, "Motherfuckers." And then she turns to you and goes, "Finny,
Yes?
get the lockbox.
Okay.
It's under the bar. And grab the flamethrower too.
The flamethrower?
Yeah, big metal thing on the wall. Bring it over to
I
me.
know what it is. Are you sure?
There's only 2 ways to deal with Belial's boys. You burn them or you pay them off. We're gonna go with the second one first.
God, Matilda's escalating.
Okay.
Matilda doesn't like people fucking with her bar. It's her business.
I'm a small business owner and cops are not welcome.
Exactly.
Well, I guess Finny does as she says.
Cool. So, she tosses you the key to open up the lockbox, and she steps out with a flamethrower and goes, "Hey! That's about enough!" And just sprays it into the air.
Oh my god.
And she's going to roll an intimidate check with advantage.
Do I see this?
Yes, you see a gout of flame shoot up, we'll say right past your nose. And the guards stop dead in their tracks. The 2 that were running with their maces out draw their blunderbusses and get a little closer and go, "Easy now, we don't want any trouble." And she goes, "Now listen, I got 20 gold that says you didn't see nothing, and you got nothing to do with the Green Fairy, and you won't mess with the Green Fairy unless it's me calling for you." And they sort of look back and forth, and then they look at, Madam L, are you inside now, or are you still by the doorway?
I think when she did that, I think we were moving closer to the doorway, and when when Madam L saw Matilda with the flamethrower, she probably put her hand to her forehead and sighed. But then when the flamethrower went off, the noble probably toppled over.
Oh, he went under the table.
Okay, outside or inside?
Inside.
Okay.
He dropped to all fours and crawled out, or crawled to the nearest table to hide under.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose Madam L is probably in the doorway then, kind of watching.
The guards turn to you, Madam L, and just sort of give you the, "Well, is everything cool?"
What was the? Do you have a name for the noble?
Sure, I can come up with one real quick.
Leslie.
I like Leslie.
His name can be Leslie, sure.
Oh yes, everything is quite all right. I'll take care of dear Leslie and make sure that he doesn't miss his dagger one bit.
Okay, well, you say so, ma'am. And he walks a little closer. At this point, they've all they're aiming their guns down and sort of put him to the side. He approaches to Matilda and goes, so, 20 gold then? Make it 25. And she just sort of spits on the ground and goes, get the fuck out of my bar. And throws the gold in his face and goes back inside. And takes the lockbox from you, Finny, locks it, slams it back down under the bar, and goes back to what she was doing. Keeps cleaning the glasses. And the guards leave, and Leslie goes, but what about my dagger?
He's still quite disheveled. I think Madame L would kind of usher him over to her booth to try to get him to compose himself and usher up her rapport. But as she did, I think she would say, Maddie, dear, did you see where that charming gentleman went earlier?
Yeah, he ran up the stairs or something. Real wet fella. I don't know. I should probably go check on him. I don't want him having a heart attack up on the stairwell or something.
I think before she goes upstairs.
Everyone's become vaguely Jersey-ish, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to roll with it. Helvetier is apparently New Jersey.
Sounds right.
But I think before she goes up the stairs, well, Finny's like hiding behind the bar counter.
Mm-hmm.
And
horn sticking above it slightly.
Yes. And I think he kind of tugs on her clothes and is like,
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you and I are going to talk later, kid.
But here,
and then Finny pulls out of the recently stolen coin purse the gold to replace the gold that she had to give the cops.
She takes it and looks at it and opens up the pouch and pulls out 2 gold pieces and hands them back to you and says, you need this more than me, but thanks, kid. And she dumps the rest into her lockbox. And then...
You need it more than me, but I'm keeping most of it.
Well, 2 gold pieces will get you pretty far for an urchin.
That's true.
She's pragmatic, but she's got a decent heart. It's fine.
Are you a good person?
So she goes around the bar and starts heading up your way, Sorrin. You hear footsteps on the stairs.
Did I see everything that went down?
You definitely saw a flamethrower, and you heard something tinkling on the ground, and it seemed like everything had been resolved.
Okay, and I'm assuming I saw the kids that were running get away?
Yeah. I mean, they pretty much a good, 50 feet or so away from the bar had started to blend into the crowd. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not an empty street by any means, but there's usually just sort of a more open area through here because there's not really stalls or anything. Like, they don't set up in front of taverns and stuff. It's just bad etiquette, so...
I'm trying to decide whether or not Sorrin would prefer to have this interaction or just jump off the roof.
Fair enough.
I guess at the very least, I definitely stand up. I was laying down.
You hear a very quiet, what the? And then as you're standing up and brushing yourself off, you just sort of see a head pop up from the ladder. And she goes, hey, whoa, you doing all right? You want to maybe come back down the ladder with me and have something a little stronger than a water?
Oh, goodness. This is not what you think it is. I just came up to get a breath of fresh air and just assess the situation. I'll come back down.
All right, cool. Well, fresh is a relative term, but hope it helped. Anyway, just, close the ladder back up when you come down, okay?
Certainly, ma'am. Absolutely.
And she disappears.
Okay.
Oddly chill with you, but you've been a very anxious boy, so...
I guess she doesn't know that I'll be fine.
Nope.
So,
you seem to be having the worst day of your life. You immediately ran to the bathroom, came out, acted very weird, and as soon as shit started going down, ran to the roof. A lot of curious things going on with you, but...
Okay. Okay, then yeah, I guess I just come back downstairs. Do I note that Madame L is still with Leslie?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go back and sit at the bar again and wait.
Seems like Leslie's chugging something, and he slams it down with an and dabs at his the corners of his eyes with a very fine silken handkerchief.
Can I, is Matilda behind the bar again?
No, she is gone, and, well, no, you never saw Finny. Never mind. She
Nope.
is gone. But you do hear some raised voices coming from the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are we still in initiative order, or are we out?
No, we're out of
Okay.
initiative at this point. Everything's chill enough.
I think at this point, Madame L has probably consoled Leslie. Leslie, sir, I understand this has been a stressful time for you. And I'm sure those guards, the excellent specimens of guardship that they were, will hunt down that dagger for you. Why don't you go home, or perhaps go to your mistress and try to relax?
You know what? I think I do deserve a massage. You're right. And he grabs his pants and hikes them up and walks out the door holding his pants. Humming a jaunty little tune.
Okay, we've got rid of Leslie.
He's gone.
I assume Finny's still behind the counter, hiding.
No, Finny's in the kitchen with Matilda.
Oh, great. Okay.
You're having the talk
I'm getting
with
yelled at.
Matilda.
Cool. But,
Now, Finny, listen.
Yes.
I know you gotta do what you gotta do.
They said that we
You
needed.
know?
They said that we needed to do it because, well, they said for their
It was that damn tunnel, wasn't he?
their little tummies. That's what they said.
Yeah, their little tummies. Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I thought, well, they made me help them, and they're
Yeah,
my
well,
friends.
that's Tunnel's favorite. You know, 2 weeks ago, he was in here trying to steal a bottle of scotch out from under the counter. Said that it was for, and I quote, his whittle tummy. Sound familiar?
Well, I think he has a stomach issue.
Those are bad kids,
But,
Finny.
Okay.
You know, if you need work, you can always come here. If you need food, you can always come here. But I won't have you stealing outside my establishment. You understand?
I know. I'm sorry.
What we're gonna do, for you to pay me back the rest of the way, you're gonna work the bar for a couple hours, okay?
Okay, I'll do it.
Make some sales, maybe see if Madame L needs anything. And,
Give some Xanax to that guy at the bar.
we'll see about getting you some dinner. Alright, let's get back out there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you guys go back out to the bar. I'd imagine that Matilda probably sends you down to the cellar to pull up a couple more bottles of wine, maybe refresh some of the ciders and get them brought up. Just general, busy work.
Oh, wait, so does Finny show up behind the bar?
Yeah, Matilda's actually working the bar. Finny's just sort of cleaning.
Like bar back?
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but sure.
I think I will take you up on that stronger drink, Matilda.
Sure, kid. What'll it be?
Do you have anything that is sort of a non-intoxicating intoxicant?
Finny looks up at him like, what the fuck?
I think Madame L would come up beside him and take a seat and say,
Oh, you are very close. Hello.
For God's sakes, Maddie, just get him the house drink.
Coming right up. And she, what will the house drink the green fairy be? Pickle juice and absinthe in a green glass. There we go.
Oh my god.
Gross. Are you... That makes me feel
It
sick.
should. It's an old goblin recipe. Give it a try.
Oh, you'll like that one. I'm not supposed to know what that tastes like.
And Matilda kind of gives you the side eye, Finny.
I mean, I've never had that in my life. Not once.
Yeah, kid.
No, I don't know what that is.
What's alcohol? I don't know.
I'm precious. I'm innocent.
Yes. Matilda, I see you have a new assistant.
I guess I just kind of like nod my head and like just a polite like informal little like bow.
Sorrin, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Finnegan, but you can call me Finny. That's what everyone calls me.
Absolutely, Finny. How about that house special?
Coming right up.
Make that too, Finny.
Okie dokie, thanks, madam. Sorry I got you in trouble earlier.
Oh, well, we're going to have a talk later. You really need to...
You too? Matilda already gave me the talk.
A different talk.
A different talk?
Finnegan.
What does that mean?
We really need to get you to understand the finer, more nuanced takes on, what should we call this? Etiquette.
Finny looks down at his his tattered clothes covered in dirt, and he goes,
Yeah, fancy lady business. Okay, sure.
And Finny, you hear from your pocket. And you know, of course, that that's Wallace saying that you're going to have a talk later.
Wallace, no!
Tonathan peers over the window and goes, "We're going to have a talk with you about a whittle tummy."
Not your little tummy, too.
I guess I'm just like sniffing my drink and like kind of wincing.
I promise you'll like it. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. And Matilda takes hers and throws it back in one shot, and you just see her like jaw sort of clinch, and she squints her eyes really hard and goes, "Yep, that's the house drink."
May I, if it's not too much to ask, do you have any straws?
Sure. And reaches under the bar and pulls out a metal straw for you. You know, gotta
cool.
save the environment and all.
Thank you very much.
Save the turtles.
So I put the straw into my drink and then do that thing where you put your finger over the top of it. So you just get like a tiny little bit in there, and I just sort of like, you know, lift it up and then sort of lower the entire straw into my throat and then lift my finger so I don't have to taste it.
Whoa, cool. Weird.
Well, Mr. Sorrin, was it?
Yes, that was me.
Before we were so rudely interrupted, and she looks at Finny,
Sorry.
I was beginning to get the feeling that the conversation that we were having would be one best held in private. Would you say so?
I would, yes.
Well then, if it pleases you, I have personal quarters upstairs.
Of course, madam.
Right this way.
Yeah, I get up and follow her. I do not take my drink with me.
And Matilda just sort of looks at it and then looks after you. And turns to Finny and goes, "Why don't you come help me get some stock from the cellar? Looks pretty dead in here, and I don't think we'll have customers for another hour or so. Want to have a talk with you."
Another talk?
Talk part 2.
Okay.
and I follow her. And I guess this would be a good time because I haven't really described them yet. Finny is a small 13-year-old satyr, but as we discussed in episode 0, doesn't know that he is a satyr. But he has gray ram horns and black goat legs and curly black hair and is dressed in raggedy Victorian children's clothing. And Wallace is his undead skeletal rat.
Cool. She goes over and locks the door, bars it, and then heads towards the basement. Or cellar, as it were. She directs you to go ahead and grab a cask, one end of a cask, and help her carry it up. And she goes, "Now, kid, listen. You seem like a nice kid in a rough situation, but you gotta stop with this. The thieving and pickpocketing. I won't tell you a story about my sister, Jafia. You know, we had a rough upbringing, rough life, but, well, she decided to, didn't decide, just happened to fall in with the wrong crowd, and Jafia didn't make it to 18, and I'm still here. You catch my meaning?"
I get it, but they're the only ones that, they're my friends. And I don't know, I feel like I have to help them, and they're even worse off than me. I have a mom. but none of them have moms or dads or anything. So I feel like I have to help them.
Yeah, well, Helvetia is a rough city, and if they need help, they can always come here. Like I always say, we're all the same station here. If they want to do some honest work and get a meal and a place to sleep, they can always come to me.
Whenever I tell them that, they stick out their tongues and go, bleh.
Yeah, well, you can't mess with the guards around here, kid. Doesn't matter if you're 15 or 50. They'll cave your head in.
Those belly boys are weak.
Yeah, you say that, but,
Well, I'm faster than any of them. Even Wallace knows that.
you're faster most of the time. But they only need to be faster once.
I know. Well, I'll try and tell them again, but I don't know if they'll listen to me, and I don't have any other friends. Nobody around here really talks to me.
Yeah, well, the weirdo with the straw and Madame L seem to have talked to you, so...
Yeah, but they're old.
And, she looks at you through the wrinkles on her face and the scarred eye and goes, "Old? Really?"
Well, I mean, old to me. I don't know.
Decrepit, near death, dying, so ancient, couldn't possibly. Life slips away.
And she goes, "Why don't you step into the kitchen and grab us some food, and once we're done eating, go ahead and bring them something too."
Okay, I will. I mean, I guess they seem pretty okay, but Madame L wants me to be a fancy boy, and I don't think she understands. That's not how the cool kids work these days.
Well, what's being cool is surviving. And there's a more banner that flies across the screen. Okay, yeah, so we can go ahead and cut to Madame L and Sorrin.
Okay. As we're going upstairs and down that hallway, you had mentioned a open door. Would I have known who was staying in that room?
Yeah, it was just a random person staying for the night. Seems like maybe they just left the door ajar whenever they were, or after they had checked out in the morning or something.
Okay. So as we're walking down this hallway, Madame L would kind of make small talk with Sorrin and say, "Well, Mr. Sorrin, I take it you didn't like the house special."
Oh, very, very low tolerance. I wouldn't want to offend. It was, not to my taste, and,
Oh, we don't need to mince words, Sorrin. It was quite possibly the strangest drink produced on this particular plane.
I don't, it's not good for the, Constitution. I don't drink much.
Well, and we get to the door, and she kind of produces a key. I was thinking the last door on the right.
Yeah.
And she kind of waves it in your face and say, "Well, it has shock value." It's an interesting thing. Back when Matilda first made that drink, well, it was a laughing stock of the entire court of opulence.
I see.
But then it got people talking. How many of these bizarre, awful drinks can you down before you're face down in the gutter? And then it got people, I suppose, familiar with it. There's a lot of power in familiarity and expectations, I suppose. And then she unlocks the door and welcomes you in. And the room is on the front of the bar, so there's windows, but they're kind of covered with sheer blue and purple fabric, so it's very
Oh, thank God.
a lot of ambient mood lighting, I suppose. In the center of the room, there is a table. The table has 2 chairs and a crystal ball in the middle.
Ooh.
There's not really, I don't think there's a closet, but there are just racks of clothing along the right side of the room. And at the far end, there's a bed in the corner. And against the wall, there's a big ornate vanity. And Madame L says, "Please, Mr. Sorrin, would you have a seat?"
I would, however, I do not mean to intrude, but as you may have noted, there is a significant amount of risk with the conversation we are about to have, and I would like to take a few precautions, if I may.
What precautions exactly do you recommend?
Is this floor empty?
Yes, I would say so.
And the windows? There's no one outside?
It's the second floor, so no.
Oh, okay. I guess,
Do you have a peek anyway?
yeah. Like, peek my, like, hold the curtain back with my face away from it and, like, look out to make sure there's nobody, I don't know, fucking floating out there.
There is no one floating out there.
This is
As
D&D!
it's about noon, so
Nobody floats before 5 o'clock.
that's correct.
I kind of want to check the perimeter of the room, and just, like, knock on the walls and make sure there's nothing sus going on.
Mr. Sorrin, I can assure you, everything that you're doing right now, I've already done.
Of course.
I very much value my own personal privacy.
Of course. In that, we agree. In that case, I will sit.
So as Sorrin sits down, Madame L will kind of reach over to the crystal ball and close her eyes and say, I should think that we need a little bit more lighting in here. And the crystal ball glows, and you kind of hear a rustling in the vanity.
Oh, I jump.
And a matchstick lights and hovers across the room and lights some candles on the table.
Pardon me, madam. I would appreciate a little warning. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a state at the moment.
Oh, my apologies. I suppose in any circumstances that would be somewhat alarming.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if she's actually casting magic or if this is parlor trick bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Arcana or Arcanta? 13.
You reckon that... I'm pretty sure the spell is Unseen Servant. You reckon it's some sort of base magic.
Okay.
A match floating, you don't happen to see a string or anything, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, it's
just
probably
peeping.
real magic.
Okay, just checking, you know.
As Sorrin kind of composes himself, I think Madame L will kind of turn her attention away from him and to the vanity, and she'll take off her hat and sit down at the vanity and say, well, after a long day, I need to freshen up a bit. So again, you see like items on the desk kind of start to float around her, and like a powder, what are those called? Like a powder puff. Is that what they are? Mm-hmm. Starts patting her, and
A poof.
you see some unseen force starts kind of messing around with her hair. Mm-hmm. And she says to Sorrin, now Sorrin, Mr. Sorrin.
Yes. Yes, Madam L.
Tell me exactly what has brought you here.
A grave misunderstanding is what has brought me here.
And at this point, there is a knock on the door. Finny, do you say anything when you're knocking on the door, or just sort of...
I've got some food. Do you guys want any food?
You hear Boney scrabbling on the door.
Wallace, that's
Oh,
not
God.
polite. Wallace. Sorry, Wallace is trying to get in. Do you want any of this? It's really good. It's like some I don't know what this is. Like chicken something. I don't know.
That depends.
Yes, the famous
is-
dish of the Green Fairy, chicken something.
Well, I mean, Finny doesn't really. Finny eats mostly just
No,
like
I know.
scraps and stuff, so I don't think Finny would know what the
No.
dish is called.
I think Madame L would probably say, Finnegan, if you could put that in the kitchen, we'll be right down.
Okay, it's gonna get cold, but sure, I'll do that.
And then I think Finny picks up Wallace and is like,
We can sneak a little bit of this, don't you worry.
A grave misunderstanding, you said.
Yes. My employer believes me to be someone that I am not.
Your employer?
Yes. Dark Lord Vanister of under the service of Mammon.
And as you say that, you feel your heart not just twinge, but feel like it's being gripped. right as you get into the middle of Vanas.
Pardon me.
Yeah, as you are coughing, Madam L is also coughing.
What the?
I don't know if you'd perceive her, because you can only see her in the mirror at this point. But she would say, I catch your meaning. And based on, how do I say, your reaction to that word, I suppose you signed some kind of infernal contract with the Dark Lord?
Much to my dismay, yes. I was not given another option. And unfortunately, I have no idea what I signed. I don't know the parameters. Evidently, I can't directly speak the name of the individual, shall we say, that I signed the contract with, and its contents are a complete mystery to me. I was tasked.
You feel that hand tightening.
I was given a task. Evidently, I can also not speak about the nature of the task. However, I believe you could infer from my presence here and my current state a little about the nature of it.
I suppose that I can infer. You said you didn't read the contract.
I cannot. No. It was not written in a language that I know.
I see.
My concern is, Madam L, that I do not know what happens if I fail this. And I would understand if you had concerns about my presence here, considering the unknown factors involved, but I don't have any other choice.
Oh no, it sounds like you're going to try and assassinate.
Well, this was actually my next question. Well, my only question for you.
Yes, madam.
Were you tasked in any way with harming me physically?
No, madam.
Well, this is not a particularly favorable situation.
No, madam, it is not.
I can say with certainty that if you had not been sent, somebody else would. And I much prefer to, how do I say, to deal with someone such as yourself, as opposed to the other riffraff that the Dark Lord could have sent. So, for the time being, it seems that it would be in the best of our interests to put on something of a facade, as it were.
Certainly.
Until we can figure out a way to fulfill your contract without compromising my position, I will permit you to remain in my proximity.
Thank you, madam.
But
Another.
should I at any point sense anything untoward, I will certainly have to take action that will not be favorable for you.
I understand that, madam. And in a show of good faith,
So I reach my hand into my left boot and pull out a dagger and set it on the table. And then I reach into my right boot and pull out a dagger and set it on the table. And then I reach around to my belt in the back and pull out a dagger and set it on the table. And then I start taking pieces of a disassembled light crossbow out of my pant legs and setting them on the table.
you should be aware. I'm a very cautious person. I thought it would be better to inform you now that I am at all times armed.
Well, I suppose the Dark Lord wasn't absolutely mistaken about your character, but perhaps that will come in handy.
Yes, another thing, madam.
Another.
Yes, I do apologize. You have been incredibly gracious about this entire unpleasantness. However, it appears that I also find myself recently unemployed. Are you in need of any services I may be able to provide? If you need anyone to keep your books and ledgers, I have a fair amount of experience in that domain. As far as any other actionable skills, as you may notice,
And I just kind of look at everything strewn on the table, I guess.
I am a cautious person.
Is that how you put it? Is cautious?
There are certain things that you may be able to help me with, though as of now I can't see those coming in handy. Tell me, do you have any experience with the arcane?
Some.
Lately, I have been growing in popularity. And with popularity comes critics, I suppose. People who would very much like to disprove my lifestyle, my abilities, the services that I provide to my needy clients. I should like to have somebody assist me at my next seance.
This would be, of course, a more backstage sort of position, correct, madam?
You could say that.
Suspicious. What?
Don't be suspicious.
I'm trying to decide how much I would disclose at this point. You would pose as an onlooker
Yes, madam.
and a critic.
Ah, a naysayer.
Yes.
Non-believer.
Yes, and there will surely be others there, but your job will be to appear convincing until you are won over by my spiritualist feats.
Ah, the old plant in the audience trick.
This is a problem. I'm a very bad liar. I don't mean to presume, madam, but you've never seen me lie. Is there any other potential aid I might be able to offer you? As I mentioned, I do have some arcane training. Is there any way I may be able to use that instead? It is not safe for me to draw attention to myself. This may be of use to you. Let me show you.
Oh, yeah, sure. What do I want to cast? Oh, these are all offensive spells, huh?
Do you not just have, like, Mage Hand or something?
Oh, no, I did not take Mage Hand.
Do you have Prestidigitation?
Nope.
You have to cast something now.
I know!
You have Featherfall.
I jump out the window.
Will this help you?
Bye!
If you want to show off some sort of magical prowess without actively damaging something, you can. It's not a big deal.
Okay. I'm trying
For example, if you have, I don't know, Chill Touch, you could make a floating skeletal hand and then make it disappear. Not a big deal.
Yeah, then that's what I'd do. Oh, did you bring your drink upstairs with you?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just going to chill touch your drink, I guess.
Do you just stir it with a skeletal floating hand and then make the hand disappear?
Yeah, I'll summon a skeletal hand. Do not be alarmed. I'm just gonna cool that down a touch for you if you don't mind, and like just stick the skeleton finger in there and swirl it around a little bit until it starts to get frosty, and then dismiss the spell.
I think Madame L will take a sip of her drink and say, that seems to be an improvement in the flavor. And then she waves her hand, and you kind of see something hovering beside you, and it touches your shoulder. You can't feel it, but it's also a skeletal hand.
If you surprise me with a magic hand, guess what? There was another dagger! And I probably immediately throw it at the hand.
roll to attack, don't get a 1.
Okay. That's a 16.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Where was the dagger hidden, may I ask?
Oh, that's right. So 2 boots, back belt pocket, or like back of belt, probably in my waistcoat pocket.
Mm-hmm. And it slinks right through the hand and embeds itself in the ceiling.
Madam, pardon me.
Well.
I do apologize. You caught me a little off guard there. Just let me. I'll collect that. And I just like stand up and start pulling on it to try to get it out of the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. It pops out. No problem.
You just surprised me, madam. That is all. I did not mean any offense.
Well, aren't we just full of surprises today? But as you can see, I have the floating hands covered. So my offer stands. You can either take it or leave it.
Oh man, I'm getting a lot of deals I don't really get any choice in
Nope.
today, huh?
It's Sorrin's really big, very bad day.
I will give you a cautionary yes, and as I have already signed a deal that I had no say in, may we discuss terms at a later time before I fully commit.
I suppose that we can speak on the terms later.
Handshake deal, right? No, I'm not signing anything.
Yes, a handshake is just fine. And Madame L will stand up, and she's been done up now by her unseen servant. She picks up another veiled hat, and she puts it on and then walks over and reaches down to shake your hand.
Oh, okay. I shake your hand. It's cold and clammy.
You have a glove on, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. But my glove's probably, unfortunately, also a little damp.
Is it a strong handshake or just limp?
Oh, no, it's a strong handshake.
Okay.
In that case, would you like to head back downstairs? Perhaps get, something to eat?
Yes, I am famished. And I think we'll head downstairs.
Cool. Yeah, you guys head back downstairs, and Matilda is behind the bar again, just sort of doing her thing, cleaning glasses and what have you. And at one of the tables is what seems to be 2 place settings of decently picked over chicken and potatoes.
Finny and Wallace are hiding underneath the table, picking at the scraps of the food that we have stolen from the plates.
And Matilda goes, "Hey, Finny, get out from under there, kid. You can sit at the table like the rest of them."
Yes. Table manners. Yes, I know those.
That's right, kid. We worked on those. Remember,
Yes.
no elbows on the table.
No elbows on the
and
table.
also
napkin on
no
the lap.
rat on the table.
Okay. No rat on the. Well, he's just like any one of us. Why doesn't he get to be?
Kid, he's not people.
Well, that's just rude.
Can I see Wallace?
Yeah, he's on my shoulder.
Who is your friend there?
Oh, this is Wallace.
Pleasure to meet you, Wallace. I put out my gloved finger for them to sniff.
He sniffs and then he does a little nibble. It doesn't hurt.
No,
it's just
nibble.
a little nibble, like a little kiss.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Wallace. That is a very interesting friend you have there, Finny.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you happen to meet?
Well, places.
You don't have to say if you don't want to.
We all have secrets.
May I have another drink, please?
Yeah, she pops the top off a bottle of gin and pulls out a pipette and gets the tiniest bit
Oh my goodness.
and puts it in a rocks glass and then just fills the rest with water and there says, there you go, I guess.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Now, I'm sure Matilda has already told you, Finny, but a word of advice. Don't mess with the guards.
I know.
And he kind of like stamps his foot.
His hoof.
Yes, his hoof. Sorry, pardon me.
I'm gonna lean over and say, I'm not telling you not to steal. I'm telling you not to get caught.
Oh, and Finny
What?
does a big wink.
Hey, give me a quick stealth check because, because Matilda will have something to say if she hears that.
Okay.
Fuck, I got a fucking, I don't know, shit, an 11?
I got a nat 20 on hearing that.
Yeah, she got a nat 20 as well.
I think
And
I think Madame L would anticipate this a little bit and say, "Oh, the etiquette lessons that we talked about earlier. I see that Sorrin is already starting them."
yeah, hey, Sorrin, stealing is not a good idea.
Right.
There was a whole conversation. Clearly, you were upstairs and didn't hear it, but
Of course it's
Stealing
not.
only leads to death.
Stealing is against the law. Let's leave it at that.
The law is great.
You got it,
whoa,
Finny.
hold on now.
What is it? I don't know. What you guys are just confusing me.
Oh, you're confusing the poor child. Come sit down, Finnegan. We'll speak on this.
Okay.
And Finny sits down.
Elbows off the table, Finnegan.
Elbows off the table.
Very good.
I look down because my elbows are on the table.
Elbows off the table, Sorrin. Set a good example for the kid.
Of course, thank you very much, Matilda.
Now, stealing is bad,
Stealing is bad.
but if you can get somebody to give you something, it's not stealing.
Oh, manipulation is good.
No.
Oh, no.
Listen,
look at-
I'm gonna go into the kitchen and start getting things ready for dinner. I didn't hear any of this, okay?
I look at Wallace and I say,
I think these people are kind of mixed up. This is why I think adults really, really just don't understand the world.
We don't say manipulation.
Okay? We lie.
No.
No, we don't.
Oh goodness. And she puts her hand on her temple, I suppose. Finnegan, you are, well, you're a strange looking child, but I suppose you're kind of cute.
Wow.
I look at you so... I can't believe you just... Like, this whole time you're talking, I'm, looking at you, and then looking at Finny, and looking at you, and then looking at Finny, and then looking at you when you say he looks fucked up.
I said cute.
Like, you didn't... Like, you're fucked up, but, cute, though.
This is how Madame L, she doesn't know how to compliment people.
I've noticed!
You could use this to your advantage. You don't have to go about stealing.
Okay.
You simply have to be the cute little orphan child.
Okay. So, be cute, get money. Right?
Exactly, precisely.
Okay.
You know, I have been looking for an assistant.
An assistant?
Sorry, Madam L,
Someone who would kind of work behind the scenes. Somebody who wouldn't draw much attention, but would be the pinnacle of innocence.
Innocence. Uh-huh.
And I believe a child would be perfect for this role. You could get some experience and assist me.
I think this is a good opportunity, Finny. I know we've just met, but you seem like a bright person, and
I am
As I
pretty
will-
smart. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
I will also be under the employ of Madame L. I would be pleased to work with you. It would give you the opportunity to get some professional experience and also keep your head down.
Well, I guess Matilda did tell me that I needed to make new friends. And I thought you guys were kind of old. But
Madame L stops smiling.
Finny, Wallace is quite old, is he not?
Wallace chitters in agreement.
For a rat, that is.
well,
Finny looks at Wallace on his shoulder, rotting, decaying, flesh and fur falling from bones, and says,
Well, I guess you're right. Wallace is like 200 years old, so,
Can I do a perception check?
God damn!
A smell check right now?
Smell check.
I would say most of the flesh is desiccated.
Yeah, he's like
Okay,
not
it's
actively
dry.
rotting.
kind of like mummified.
Musty.
You know how like when there's bones, but then the skin gets dried and mummified on top of the bones. It's kind of like that. But like there's holes in his body and stuff. So when he eats, the stuff falls out of his body.
I would say currently he smells a bit like chicken and potatoes.
Yeah. We were just eating those, so yeah.
Partying down.
yeah, I guess you guys are kind of cool. Like, Madame L is, like, pretty popular and fancy and rich and stuff. And Sorrin, I don't know you at all, but I guess if you're with Madame L, then you must be cool, huh?
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yes.
It just does.
I look at Wallace and I say, what do you think? What do you think? You're the smarter one here. Like, you're very smart.
You see, he shrugs a little bit and chitters and then makes eye contact with Sorrin. And
With his white, beady white eyes.
and his stare seems to convey agelessness of a sort. And then he turns back to you, Finny, and chitters a little bit more and nods once.
Okay. Well, Wallace says yes. So I say yes.
Very good. Then we are all on board, yes?
It seems to be the case. Now, all we need to do is wait.
And you wait, and 10 years later, no. You guys continue with your meal, and probably about 30 minutes after this conversation, Matilda comes out of the back room, and she says, oh, yeah, Elle, before all that excitement, had a missive come for you. It's from some sort of noble. His name's Tybalt, I believe. And she hands you a folded envelope with a wax seal that is black wax, and the seal is a large V with what seems to be an emblem of a plum in the center of it. And you break the seal, and it reads, Dearest Madame L, I have need of your particular brand of services. A spectre most grim has been haunting my abode, terrifying my poor darlings and upsetting the help most fiercely. For weeks, things have been where they shouldn't. Fires have lit themselves in the study, and I could swear I've seen someone else in the mirror when gazing upon my own reflection. Please come post-haste. You will be rewarded handsomely. Yours, Lord Tybalt van der Plume, Under-Secretary to the Secretary of His Dark Lord of Despater, Duke of Trade.
Hi everyone, C here.
And Bug.
Thanks for listening to our first proper episode. We hope you'll stick around for more.
If you'd like to stay up to date on our release schedule, or maybe check out some character designs and music, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at All Necromancers.
You can also find all of those at bit.ly/allnecromancers. In the future, we will be using this time at the end of the episode to share news and other ways you can support us. But we'll have time for that in the weeks to come.
Yeah, right now, we just want to say thanks for giving us a chance.
We'll be back next week, and, well, things are going to get spooky.
See you then.